Hello everyone and welcome to DryerDays Art Studio. I'm Catherine. Thank you so much for being here today. This video today, it's really special to me and I'm so happy and excited to bring it to you. I hope you guys enjoy it. This piece has a really heartwarming backstory and I can't wait to share it with you. A few weeks ago, I was contacted by a mother named Danielle, and she has a daughter who is 7 years old who has struggled for the past few years with a connective tissue disorder. It's difficult for her to walk. She's been in and out of the hospital, and because of that, she's been kind of laid up a little bit. And I want to show you a picture of us here. This is little Scarlett with the piece here completed. I got to meet up with her. I talked with her mother a little bit through email, and she told me Scarlett's story, and my daughters are about Scarlett's age. Just really felt for them. And because Scarlett has been laid up recently, she's been really getting into, YouTube. My girls are really into watching YouTube, and she's started getting into art, and they found my channel. They like my artwork, and that really, really touched me. I wanted to make a piece here for Scarlett that she can put in her room. And her mom told me she really likes pink, and they're going to do like rose gold in her room and things like that. I just sat down and got inspired to make this piece here. Over on my Patreon, I will have bonus content going more in depth on my process here as I'm kind of speeding through. I am using real crystal quartz points and chips as well as mirrored glass, and this right here is my Aurora fantasy film. And that's what gives it almost that glowing appearance underneath the stones. So again, I will go into more detail over on my Patreon. If you just go to patreon.com/DryerDays, you can become a patron and get access to a ton of bonus content. I find when I co-create with people, when I start talking to them and I get their backstory or I understand why they want to buy a piece or a gift for someone, it really helps to inspire me and kind of like, I guess, jive with the customer more and kind of feel where they're coming from. And so I really was trying to get in touch with that when I made this piece here for Scarlett and her family. All of the pigments that I'm using are from my store. I had this board that I had cut a long time ago. It's a 12 by 24 inch birchwood board, primed twice with white gesso, and then I kind of sketched out where I wanted to have my lines and my stones here. And I just like to go with the flow of where I feel the piece is taking me as far as where I place things. I wanted kind of a nice movement to this piece. I knew she was probably going to hang it this way, that I have it laying here, which I usually do my pieces the other way, going vertically instead of horizontally, and this one is probably going to be hung horizontally, so this was getting a little bit out of my norm, which again is really good for me. I like to have a challenge. And then I just want to say that meeting with them, it was so crazy because when we were conversing kind of back and forth through email, I discovered that they live pretty close to where I live, and so we were able to meet up, and I got to meet them and give Scarlett a hug and her present with this piece, and it was just a really nice day, and it just felt good to give back. It feels really good when I hear about children that are getting into artwork and their creative side at such a young age, because this has been such a therapy and a help for me in my life. And just to know that she already has things that she's dealing with as a young kid, I just hope that art can be a good outlet for her, and I'm so happy that I could have been a part of her journey. I am kind of just doing what I normally do with my pieces, where I lay down the colors in a certain way, in a certain pattern, and coming in and lightly hitting with my torch to pop any bubbles. I am using Total Boats resin for this piece. I'm using their art epoxy, and everything, again, as always, will be linked in the description below. I was really excited to use this next product here. This is the bubble gum that I have in my store. I knew that I wanted to use these for Scarlett's piece because she likes pink, and it just kind of reminds me of a little girl, and it just gives some gorgeous dimension, texture, and sparkle to the piece. and just ribboning through some of my white matte pigment. I put the white matte in almost every single piece I do. It just adds some incredible highlights. It gives some beautiful lacing and cells. And yeah, it pretty much goes in every single piece. I always make sure I have white mat available on hand at all times. You can see here I'm spritzing it with the rubbing alcohol, and you can sort of see the piece morphing and moving a little bit. I usually do this very, very last when I'm going to let the piece sit for a little bit, and it gives some gorgeous effects. It really pops micro bubbles in there. And yeah, you'll see at the end when I zoom in again, you can really see the beautiful cell and lacing effects that we get when we spritz it with the rubbing alcohol. And here, just doing a little bit of touch-up work, making sure everything is covered with some clear resin and adding a little bit of stones and just glass to give a nice flow and textured look to these edges here. And after the piece has cured for about 12 hours, I'm going to come in and do a little bit of some more accent work here with my gold gilding paint along the stones. I will go more in depth on this again for my patrons, but just giving you a little glimpse here of outlining, using a pretty small brush to do this. And I'm going to do some more too with adding some lines and things like that. Again, that'll be over on Patreon, but I wanted to show you guys here on YouTube a little bit of what I'm doing to achieve that look. I love gilding paint so much. I usually find really nice ones on Amazon, which I'll link below for you as well. Michael's has some really good gold leafing or gilding paints as well. It's so satisfying. I love doing the line work. Oh, okay, and here we are. I was trying to get it on my phone as well, pouring on a flood coat here. This is about another 12 hours later. Just a beautiful, clear flood coat to seal this piece, make sure all of the gems, stones, and everything are sealed down. Again, sorry, I was trying to get it on my phone as well for a cool video of the flood coat. This came out so beautifully. I even said it's almost like when I'm co-creating and I kind of let go of control and surrender and just make a piece for someone else after knowing their story and their background. It just flows out of me so much more organically than when I'm trying to like force a piece. I mean, look at how stunningly beautiful this is. And I just feel like I really can't take any of the credit. I feel like I just really try to tap in to that person that I'm trying to connect with to make the piece. I really try to feel what Scarlett's going through, the time in her life with her family, and just make a beautiful piece of art that she can put in her room that will hopefully inspire her. I wanted to just kind of move the piece around here so you can see that beautiful bubblegum glitter in there. You can see the fantasy film under the stones, how it gives it that beautiful glowing look. And here are just some more shots of it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm just so happy that I could connect with Scarlett and her family and make this piece for her. So thank you guys again so much. And until next time, keep on pouring.